So hi everyone, and welcome to this webinar on our high schools in the Boston area. Maybe we can wait a couple of minutes more in order to allow everyone to enter this webinar, and then we will start. First of all, my name is Silvia Fratter, and I am sales representative at Astudy Italy, which is the Italian branch of the Educations Group. As you can see here, Educations has several offices across Europe and in the world. So we are a great group, actually. Each one has its own identity. So I am from Astudy, we have the FSR in Germany, and then we have Explorious Group in the Nordics, Get Ready in Spain, GEF in France, and Southern Cross. So we have a lot of offices in Europe, but we are all part of the Educations Group. So we are proud to be defined as one team across the globe. We all deal with educations, with educational programs, so with the high school program. And some of our offices do both inbound and outbound, while some other only have the outbound program. So we send students abroad, but we really have a deep knowledge of the high school program in different countries. So let's start with the agenda of today's meeting. We will have three guests who will introduce to us to three great schools in the Boston area. They are public schools, and we will start with Arlington School, then Newton South, and then we will have Newburyport. And I am fortunate that I have personally visited two of these schools, so I can really assure you that they are great options for our students. We will leave time for questions at the end of the presentation, so feel free to write them in the chat. And before leading the stage to the first school, which is Arlington, and Mrs. Duffy, let me highlight for you some of the features of the SELECT program. So Arlington, Newton South, and Newburyport are all SELECT schools, and the SELECT program is the right one for you if you want to have some possibilities to pick specific destination or specific courses, or anyway having some specific feature you would like to have during your experience abroad, so in the US. For instance, if you would like to practice a specific sport, then we will try to find the perfect match for you. So feel free to interact with us and ask to your sales representative, and we will try to guide you among all the offer we have, which is pretty wide. We have schools in all the countries, and we will try to find the perfect match for you. Why choosing the Boston area to study? So first of all, Boston is a really nice city. It's not huge, which makes it is very nice to live in, and it's very rich of culture and events. So it's a very active city, and it has some of the best schools in the whole USA. So New England schools in general are pretty high academic, well ranked, and very recognized as very academic schools. So it's definitely a good choice. Educations Group has several public and private schools among which you can choose. But today we will hear about Arlington, Newton South, and Newburyport. So I now leave the stage to Mrs. Duffy, who will speak about Arlington. Here in the map, you can see where are they. So as you can see, Arlington and Newton South are the closest to Boston. And then we will have Newburyport, which is here in the north, and it is a really nice coastal destination. Thank you, Mrs. Duffy.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Judy Duffy. I am the International Exchange Coordinator at Arlington High School. I have been a certified high school guidance counselor for 25 years and have been working specifically with the international exchange students for the past 8 years as their college counselor, helping the international students apply to colleges all around the United States. Last year, I did become the exchange program coordinator, and I'm thrilled that we have 27 students this year, which has been wonderful. Let's see. So, a little bit about Arlington High School. So, welcome to Arlington, Massachusetts. It's a beautiful town located a short distance west of historic Boston. Arlington has one high school, two middle schools, and seven elementary schools. Arlington High School includes grades 9 through 12 with approximately 340 students per grade, which is a total of around 1,400 students in the entire school. And we have 176 faculty members and staff members. Arlington is a close-knit community of 45,000 residents and offers a wide range of programs and services that supports families, children, and the elderly. Let's see. So, Arlington's close proximity to Boston provides citizens with a broad range of cultural, educational, and athletic, medical, and social opportunities. Students can literally get on the bus in front of the school and be in Boston in about 10 minutes. Um, our public transportation. All students are provided with a student Charlie card that allows them to use all the public transportation at a discounted rate. The public transportation provides services through Arlington and all through Boston and also around the surrounding cities and towns. The greater Boston area offers some of the most popular museums, universities, sports teams and theaters, and historic sites in the country. Residents and visitors can travel in and around the Boston area on our MBTA bus and train system, and it is extremely friendly and easy to use. And the students get to learn the system pretty quickly. Okay, some school highlights. So, Arlington High School is a highly rated, comprehensive public high school with approximately 1,400 students in grades 9 through 12, with an average student teacher ratio of 13:1. Our school has received many awards and recognitions for academic excellence and student achievement. Students perform exceptionally well on our mandated tests, as well as SATs and ACT exams. Our graduates are accepted into a wide range of colleges and universities, including many of the most prestigious universities in the United States. Let's see, Arlington High School offers a wide range of AP courses in most content areas. We also have partnerships with Syracuse University and many other universities where students can take courses at Arlington High and still receive the college credit through that college. Our STEM initiative. So, Arlington High School has a very strong STEM program with challenging courses offered in math, science, and technology, and new courses are offered every year. Arlington offers many STEM clubs that kids can join and participate in after school. And here are some of the clubs are the Math Expo, the STEM Lab, and we also have a great internship program where kids can do internships in other math-related industries. And I do want to let you know that we have this beautiful new makerspace room in our new building that offers wonderful opportunities for engineering and building, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Let's see. Also, we have a new art section to our new school as well. And the Arlington community supports the performing and visual arts. Arlington High has a very strong performing arts program with award-winning musical groups, drama programs, and technology related music courses. The visual arts program includes courses that cover a wide range of mediums, including painting, sculpture, photography, and many others. Our visual arts program is also award winning and puts on art shows to the public during the school year. And if you look up in the top corner here, this is a dress made by one of our students using recycled pages of an outdated book. So clubs and activities. Arlington High encourages all its international exchange students to participate in extracurricular activities outside of the school day. We offer a wide range of clubs that provide social, academic, community service, and cultural experiences. Students can choose to participate in as many activities as they can fit into their schedule. And all students are required to complete 10 hours of community service. This gives them the opportunity to become invested in the community. They participate in the intergenerational tea talks at our senior center. They volunteer at our local food pantry. And this year, some students have been volunteering at the International Italian School of Boston, helping preschool students learn Italian. So athletics. So we provide many sports and health-related courses and programs within our physical education department at Arlington High. These take place during the school day and are part of our curriculum. In addition, we offer a large and comprehensive athletics program outside of the school day, with several sports offered each season. We have a fall season, a winter season, and a spring season. And as you can see on the slide, those are the sports that we offer during these seasons. So students may try out for a team of their choice each season. We have a high participation rate and encourage our exchange students to try out for a sport each season. This past fall, Arlington High had 5 teams become the Middlesex League champions, and many of our international students have been an integral part of these sports teams, including football, volleyball, cross country, crew, and swim team this year. Let's see. Something that I think is pretty unique to Arlington High School is that we are committed to making the exchange program as meaningful and fulfilling for each and every student as we can. So each month we plan field trips that allow students to engage in cultural, educational, sports related, and social activities that they otherwise may not be able to participate in. So we have visited museums, plays. We just went to the Red Sox game this weekend. And we also see many historical sites and other interesting locations. And all these field trips are free for the exchange students. Okay, so the International Exchange Program at Arlington High welcomes students grades 10 to 12 to apply. We offer a diploma to qualified 12th grade students. We are looking for students who are strong academically and have the minimum English proficiency scores that's listed here on this slide. And next to this is the picture of a mural created by an international student from Italy, Eleonora Tremonte. And this is proudly displayed when you first enter Arlington High School in our lobby. So the big news for Arlington this year is that we are currently building the state-of-art facility. Students are now able to access our incredible STEAM building. So the STEAM building includes advanced labs, science labs, a beautiful auditorium, orchestra and band room with private practice rooms, and the performing arts wing, as well as art and photography labs and the maker space that I spoke of earlier for the engineering program. The humanities wing in the gymnasium, the media center, athletics wing, and a cafe will be completed in 2024. So it's been an absolute pleasure to be the International Exchange Coordinator at Arlington High School. The students in this program are exceptional and a pleasure to work with. As a coordinator, I'm also a certified guidance counselor and provide college counseling and planning to all students. The international exchange students who attend Arlington High have become very involved in the activities and have become leaders in our school and community. They are welcomed and respected by our faculty and their peers for being outstanding students with a drive to learn about our culture. So please be sure these are some of the helpful websites that can give you some more information about our school, but I would love for you to look at our new construction video. It's hosted by our principal, Dr. Janger, and gives you a real inside view of our brand new building and all it has to offer. That's it. I'm not sure if there'll be any questions, but thank you.
Thank you, Judy. So if anyone has any question, you can write it down in the chat. Otherwise, I will leave the word to Mrs. Ellison, who will speak about Newton South School, which is another great alternative and highly ranked public high school. Okay.
Sorry. Oh, there we go. All right, let me share my screen. Good afternoon or good evening for you. My name is Allison Levitt. I'm the Director of English Language Learning for Newton Public Schools, and I am the coordinator of the Visiting Student Program for our school district. And I want to talk to you about our program at Newton South High School. Newton is located just outside Boston. Just as Judy had just told us, there's many, many things to do in Boston. Students in many of the villages in Newton have public transportation, the subway, that goes directly to downtown Boston and other interesting locations nearby. Students, when I talked to them this week, said they enjoyed visiting the Italian North End, museums, the shopping in Boston. Newton itself is made up of 13 different villages, and each of those villages has areas with restaurants and shops in it. And so students have enjoyed hanging out with friends there. That's where people go after school and have coffee, hang out, and those have been very good. And that's Newton is a very large city, but it has a small town feel throughout it. So a little bit about our school. Our total enrollment is 1,900 students. Newton has 2 high schools. Newton South is one of them. We offer over 15 AP courses next year in both math, science, English, and the arts, and in some foreign languages. All of our courses, or most of our courses, are available at an AP honors or college prep level, depending on students, how much students want to push themselves. We have a 97% college acceptance rate, with students going to some very prestigious universities in the United States. We boast a really quite full sports and arts program. Newton South is full of activities that students can participate in, and that includes not only academics, but all of these arts and sports programs. We're accepting students grades 9 through 12, and there is a diploma available and requires advanced English proficiency. So much like Arlington, if you're qualified. Classes and support at Newton South. All classes at Newton South meet 3 times per week. We have changed our schedule so that this last year, so that there are 3 when or what I need blocks to meet with teachers for extra help. So that is already put into the schedule for students. And many of our international students have said that that has been a helpful way for them to be able to access their teachers. We have a guidance counselor who's at Newton South who supports our exchange students, who is there to provide help with not only academics, but support with participating in activities at Newton South. And she runs, particularly at the beginning of the year, a program that provides student buddies and mentoring to support all of our international students who arrive at Newton South. Newton South has many, many, many clubs and activities, and our international students participate in many of these. There's over 100 clubs to choose from. Students can join many different clubs that they generally meet after school or sometimes during one of our WIN blocks. In speaking with our international students, these were great ways to meet people and find friends around a common interest. They are generally free and open to all students and are supervised by interested school staff. So if you look on the right-hand side, there's a sort of a list of some general areas in which there was too many clubs to list, but general areas in which those clubs fall. So there is something for almost for everyone to find to go participate in. Additionally, there are club sports. They are club sports and active groups that are not part of the athletics department. There are no tryouts or cuts for these. So these are more to be far more sort of active and social, and many of our students participate in this. Some of our students just finished running the Boston Marathon as part of the Dream Far High School Marathon group. Whoops, I think I skipped. Oh no, maybe I didn't. Sorry, my program is stuck. One of the great things at Newton South is our arts program. We have very strong arts program, both through classes and after school activities and clubs in drama, music, art, TV and media arts. Students can try out for musical groups, both instrument and voice, and trauma productions. Right now we are having The Newsies is our new musical that is going on right now. And at least one of our international students is participating in the musical this year. So many of these programs are open to international students and are another great way to participate in school and to make friends. Team sports. I knew I had skipped a slide somewhere. Team sports, there are over 20 team sports offered at Newton South with teams that play against other towns. Most of these sports have a fee to join, and some have tryouts with cuts. I do know that we had students participate this year on the swim team, the dance team, and I believe volleyball. So it is a great way for students to join an activity that they enjoyed at home and to join the team here. On this last slide, and I can share this, we have a link to a video that we've produced for our international students. And I'm happy to share out to any of the people who would like to see it, which really goes into far more detail about some of those particularly arts and sports programs that are available. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alison. We have the first question regarding the minimum age accepted by US school. So it really depends on the school itself and on the country. For Italy, for instance, we should send students who are at least 16 years old, but I know it's different in other countries. And I know some schools accept students who are 14 years old, some others ask for 15. So it really depends on the school. We also, we can move forward and travel a little bit to the north to a coastal destination like Newburyport. So I leave the word to Andrew. Thank you so much, Andrew, for sharing your presentation.
Oh, I apologize. I was muted. So I can't do a good presentation if I am muted. So thank you for having me here today. I'm Andrew Wolf. I'm principal of Newburyport High School. And where Newburyport is on the North Shore area of the greater Boston area of Massachusetts. And so we're a smaller town. with approximately 20,000 residents. But it's a historic New England city, right along the Merrimack River, and then right out into the Atlantic Ocean with access to beaches. The town is a port city. So it's a vibrant downtown with lots of different restaurants, very walkable, and access to nature trails that are also in the area. Additionally, we are the last stop on the commuter rail that goes right into Boston, and it's about a 30-minute train ride, which our students will always take advantage of, especially on the weekends. And also along that commuter rail is a stop in historic Salem, Massachusetts as well. Our school is a medium to small size school with 800 students enrolled, but definitely a highly energized group of students who just really enjoy coming to school. What we are excited about here at Newburyport High School, even though we are a small to medium-sized school, we do have a whole range of various offerings where we do offer over 100 different courses, 14 different advanced placement courses. We are a member of Virtual High School as well. So if we are not offering an advanced placement course that a student wants to take, we can register them through Virtual High School options as well. We have over 80 educators in the building, teachers, adjustment counselors. We have 4 guidance counselors, 4 adjustment counselors, so a very strong student support team. And then we do also have an office that is specifically geared towards helping students plan their life after high school, versus whether it's college and or career. So our average is around 14 students to every 1 adult. And then beyond the core of classes, we do have a range of elective courses as well. We have different pathway options. So that range from computer programming that then leads to programming and game design. We also have manufacturing pathways that focus in on industrial design. What we do benefit from here in Newburyport is we do have a business park and a hospital within walking range of the high school. And we have partnerships with all the different businesses and the hospital. And so one of our objectives is that all students, based off of whichever pathway they elect, and then for our international students is to be able to set them up with an internship, whether if they are in their junior or senior year. So they really get that practical hands-on experience and working with a mentor beyond the scope of the school building, as they're really working to identify what their passions and interests are as they're making decisions for their time beyond high school. We do also, I think you heard this from the other schools as well, we do have dual enrollment partnerships with Endicott College, Southern New Hampshire University, and then a local community college, Northern Essex Community College. So these are courses, these colleges offer classes, and some of them actually, Endicott College and Southern New Hampshire, they offer their courses on site here with their professors, where students are able to enroll and they're getting high school credit and college credit at the same time upon successful completion. And then just in regards to the pathways that I was referring to earlier, so how we organize our program is students are really their freshman, sophomore years are able to explore all different types of options and then really trying to kind of find where their interests lie and leading towards these pathways in the arts, environmental sciences, medical, humanities, engineering, and computer science, and all of them tied with different community partners as well, so that students are really able to have that experience beyond the walls of the school. So we really do try to make sure that our programming goes beyond what's happening here in the classroom, but giving students that hands-on practical experience. And all of the international students that we have had are all a part of that. just along with all the, whichever grade they come into. As for student life, so we do have many different activities as well. So here's a picture of our robotics program, where we have a sailbot team where they design a sailboat that works remotely, and they compete every year. And usually it's a mixed competition with high school and colleges. We have our model United Nations team. They were down in New Jersey earlier this year for that competition. And again, these are different. And then we also, because of how rigorous some of these extracurricular activities are, we are able to offer credit for students willing to do a little more in-depth research as well. So really trying to expand opportunities for students to earn credits beyond the scope of the school day. And here's just a sampling of the different clubs and activities that we offer and that students can take advantage of before and after the school day. And similar to the other schools, that the clubs evolve over time. If a student has an idea for a different club and they propose it to a teacher or administration, we always do whatever we can to make it happen. So we do have a very involved student body. So 72% of our students participate in an athletic program. Our sports teams typically do extremely well, advancing in the tournaments every school year. This past winter was very busy, especially with our basketball and hockey teams, but there's a sport for everyone. And even beyond the sports, from our theater program, and as you saw on the other slide, just all the different types of activities that students can get involved in. And around 95% of our students are involved in something beyond just the regular academics that they would be taking in their classes. And so here's the list of the teams that we have. And then really kind of what we do, and when an international student elects to come to Newburyport High School, we do like to really start after they've been accepted. It's, working with our counseling department and really trying to get to understand, what their interests are so that we can design a schedule that really best suits their needs, but then also at the same time, really framing our program around our portrait of a graduate. So having identified the skills that really students need to be able to demonstrate and have beyond graduating high school. And so this is really what drives all of our decision-making, the programs that we offer, and the different courses that we run here. So everything is really centered on these skills of a graduate. And here's a sampling of different universities, colleges that students will be accepted to. And so 80% of our students do go on to college, and we do take on a different approach where, we do have a lot of kids who elect to go into gap years, but we have, like I said before, with our college and career office, it's about setting up students with this flexible post-secondary plan where they are in their gap year, whether it's with community service that they're doing, or they're set up with an internship or a career, because they just don't feel like, they're ready in terms of what they want to go off into college for. And so the other 20%, that's pretty much what they are set up with. And that was part of the rationale of having a separate department that really just focuses in on the college and career focus there. And so here's our student body. Every single sports game that we have going on, whether it's fall, winter, or the spring, it is very well attended by our students. The international students are embraced. We have a ambassador program where our upperclassmen, so every international student is paired with an ambassador. So they really just get acclimated into the spirit of the school and the full scope of the community. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Andrew. I think we have seen different schools. They are all very high academic schools. They are very well connected to downtown Boston, and they have all great facilities and a wide also extracurricular activities offer. So the offer is very wide. Every school is unique though, so each school has its own soul and can make your experience very unique. Let's leave the time for the question. So I think still writing question. Okay, first of all, they are asking about the application process. I think it's pretty much standardized by educations. So, of course, we will need high school transcripts and a test, a result of the test. English test, maybe we generally use a SLAP test, but we also have TOEFL or some other language certifications. So I think they are all well accepted by the schools. And then we will have a small description from the students, and we will need, of course, passport and other official documents like immunization statement and all the medical history. And I think it's pretty much the whole process. It can vary a little bit from country to countries, but it's the process the same.
Sylvia, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but your connection is quite bad right now. So I wonder if I can just recap, because we have a couple of questions that I think are really important. And maybe if you could scroll to the last page of the presentation and show the regional contact information. So the first question is, what does the application process look like? And I think Sylvia gave a very good answer there, just the connection wasn't great, so it was hard to hear. So basically, I think something we should add is probably that most of the schools are full for 2022. So but we may be able to have some space. And so I suggest that you would get in touch with your local organization, and they can tell you about what could be available for 2022, if you're interested in 2022. If you are interested in 2022, you'd need to move pretty quickly, because there is most of our programs for 2022 are sold out, but there might be some spaces left. And maybe if you could move to the very last, yeah, that's the one. Thank you. So essentially, Inga and Penelope, because you had the questions, depending on which country that you're from, you're going to contact the local office in that country. And they're going to, first you would start with a consultation where the local staff can walk you through the different steps for the program that you want to take. And they can answer your detailed questions that would be probably appropriate for students from your country. And so if you want to sign up for an interview for enrolling on the exchange program, if you're in Italy, contact Astudy. If you're in Norway, you contact Explorius Norway. If you're in Germany, you contact DFSR Germany. Then for the select program, you will go through a sort of a full application. It is quite detailed, but as Sylvia mentioned, they're going to request your transcripts. They're going to request your English test scores. And the English score is going to be different per select school, because each school, whether it's Arlington here, Newton, or Newburyport, they have their own requirements. You're going to write a little essay on yourself to write a little bit about you, so you can be matched with a suitable host family. You're going to need to provide a copy of your passports and a copy of your medical history and medical records. So do get in touch. I'm kind of worried that we may have actually lost Sylvia, so I'm just going to share my screen so you have that here. Just one moment. Okay, so can everybody see my screen now? And so these will be the local contacts that you would get in touch with, and they can walk you through each step of the process, but the first step would be to get in touch with them. Oops, sorry, just let me go back. And do we have any other questions? Bear with me for 1 second. Because as I'm presenting, I can't see the actual questions. Sylvia, maybe you can see if there's any other questions.
There are no questions so far.
Okay, great. Okay, now, okay, when is the final date to apply for 2023?
Yeah.
Sylvia, you want to take that away?
Well, I guess, again, it really depends on the country. So there's no specific date by which you should apply. But of course, some schools that are very popular, like the one we saw today, they fill up pretty quickly. So I would recommend not going beyond December.
Yeah.
But it's just a general recommendation because, yeah, yes.
You do have some time. It's not, for 2023, it's a good idea to start your application, I would suggest, in the fall, and then probably not later than December or January. There's been a huge demand for all exchange programs in recent years. And so, again, there's no strict deadline, but each individual school has a certain amount of spaces, and when they're full, they're full. And this year we were full sooner than ever, as early as we've ever been. Okay, sorry to take over, Sylvia. You were doing an amazing job, but your network connection was not very good.
Yeah, sorry for that. I went on speaking alone, I guess. Sorry.
No worries at all.
But thanks everyone for listening to us and for joining our presentation. Thank you also to our guests who gave us a taste of the Boston experience, which is great, I can assure you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.